Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Hey guys, Colin the Big Yoshi here, and welcome back to the MCU Marathon. Today we're going to be talking about Avengers Infinity War, the one that most people consider to be the best MCU movie. So I guess we'll see what I think of it. So this movie came out in 2018, and it was critically acclaimed as one of the best MCU movies of all time, right off the bat, but unfortunately not by critics. It's definitely not on the low end, but I think it's in the top 5. It's not even like the top 3. It's kind of weird, but whatever. And this movie, was basically the culmination of 10 years worth of MCU films, and after teasing Thanos in Avengers 1, Avengers Age of Ultron, and Thor Ragnarok, they finally put Thanos in a movie. Like, that's not in an after credit scene. And he is scary right off the bat. Like, honestly, he wrecks the entire Asgardian, like, he wipes out half of the Asgardians that were just going to go to Earth, and immediately he beats up Thor and Hulk, and they can barely get up. So that just goes to show how scary and powerful he is. It does a great job of showing you. And he also kills Loki, like, immediately. So you know that he's a force to be reckoned with. And you also see that he already has one of the stones. He has the Power Stone. I wish that we could have seen an extended cut where we see a scene where he goes to Xandar and gets it, but looks like that's not going to happen. So then he gets the Space Stone, and then he's about to head to Earth and to other places to collect the other Infinity Stones, because if he collects every single Infinity Stone, then he could just snap his fingers and half of the universe would cease to exist. He wants to do this because he finds it as a way of mercy, a way of balancing the universe so that there's enough food to go around and everybody's happy. And that makes Thanos such an interesting villain because he really believes in what he's doing. He isn't some bad guy who wants to, I guess he does want to murder trillions, but at the same time, he really thinks that it is the right solution. And even if I don't think that he's right, and even if I don't think he's the best MCU villain, in my opinion, that would go to Vulture or Loki, either one. I just think that he's a really empathetic villain. Well, he's not empathetic at all. You can see where he's coming from. And also, Thanos isn't some guy who will go after he accomplishes his mission. He's not going to go and hide out and have armies surrounding him for him to be safe. No. He just goes and retires at a farm. And it really humanizes him, which is kind of cool. I think that my favorite thing about this movie is that seeing everybody together is just amazing. Like, just watching every MCU film, this is a big present to you. This is a big gift to everybody who has stuck around to watch every film. Because they have, all the characters from all the films. Except Ant-Man and Hawkeye. Which is a missed opportunity. But we know why they're not there. They're on house arrest. And what I like about everybody is that they're not just all silly and jokey like in the other Avengers movies, as much as I do like those movies. In this movie, everybody's actually very emotional, and they're all going through stuff. So, let's go talk about everybody, I guess. So Iron Man, it had been a while since we'd seen him. It had been since Homecoming. Been a good while. So, in this movie, he finally realizes that his vision of Thanos is coming true. And so he gets scared, and then he realizes that after Peter Parker snuck on the spaceship, he needs to protect him at all costs, basically. And that's what's really driving Tony. He kind of wants answers to why Thanos has been in his head for 6 years. So yeah, he's not like too important in this one. He's more important in Endgame, but he's still good in this film. Then we have Captain America, and he's really underused in this movie. He doesn't have a lot to say. It's just cool to see him because it had been 2 years since the last time that we saw him. And we got to see what happened to him and the other vigilantes that he helped escape. But in this movie, he's just okay. Then we have Hulk, and Hulk gets beat up like 3 minutes into the movie. So, Hulk is afraid to come out and fight Thanos for the rest of the movie, so Banner has to go and don the Hulkbuster armor to fight on his own. And it was a weird thing that they had going on. It seemed like a weird plotline at first, but after seeing Endgame, I kind of get it. Like, they had a lot of stuff to figure out. Then we have Thor, and Thor has one of the best character arcs in this movie because, I don't know why, in Ragnarok he was hilarious, but in this movie he loses everybody. He realizes that he's lost everybody that he loves, so he's not funny anymore. He is just totally broken, and it really encourages him to go kill Thanos because Thanos killed the last of his family. Then we have Black Widow, and she doesn't have anything to say in this film either. She's just kind of there. Then we have the Guardians. So the Guardians are in this movie as well, and just seeing two of the big teams of Marvel teaming up it was really cool to watch, and it still is. So Star-Lord has built his relationship with Gamora since Guardians 2. But just as they're about to start a relationship, she realizes that she's probably going to die because Thanos is probably going to capture her. And she knows where one of the Infinity Stones is. So she asks Peter to do a hard choice and kill her if she gets captured. And he actually goes through with it because he knows that it's what she really wants. So it's really sad. And then later, when Thanos throws Gamora off of the cliff and Star-Lord finds out, God, everybody who watched this movie must have got so pissed at Star-Lord when he started hitting Thanos in the face when they had him restrained. I get pissed every time I watch it, but it really is in his character arc. He's all, he shoots first and asks questions later, so it makes sense for him. Then we have Gamora, and she's a pretty good character in this film because we get to see more of her origin and how she connects with Thanos, and it's actually really sad, her story, because she realizes that Thanos loves her even though she feels as if she's a slave to him. And she is ultimately sacrificed for the Soul Stone, which is just heartbreaking to watch. Then we have Drax, who does nothing, but he does kind of get a chance to fight Thanos for his family. Then we have Mantis, who doesn't really do anything. Then we have Rocket, and he doesn't really do anything either, but he has some funny one-liners as usual. Same with Drax, now that I think about it. Even Mantis has some funny lines. But Rocket and Groot, Teenage Groot, do help Thor build his new axe, Stormbreaker, to fight Thanos. And Teenage Groot does kind of have a sacrifice to do it. He kind of hurts himself to make the axe. And then we have Nebula. And we finally get a follow-up to what she said she was going to go do in Guardians 2, which was go kill Thanos. And we find that she has been captured by Thanos after almost killing him. And so, after seeing that Nebula has been tortured all this time, Gamora actually chooses telling Thanos the stone's location so that she can save her sister. And and it's a really touching moment that shows you the relationship between them. I forgot to mention a few other Avengers. I just forgot about them for some reason. Then we have Falcon, who doesn't really do anything, and we have War Machine, who doesn't really do anything. Then we have Scarlet Witch, and she has this new relationship with Vision where they're actually in love, and it's really weird, but like it's weird at first, but I guess I've come to accept it. And it is kind of heartbreaking how she's the only person that can kill him to save the universe, to destroy the stone. So when she ends up doing that, it is very sad, even because she doesn't even end up succeeding. Same with Vision, he's just in the relationship with her. But he is the one who makes the noble self-sacrifice. He kind of wants to die for the rest of the universe, which is very noble. Then we have Doctor Strange, and he's okay in this film. He's definitely acting more like the original Doctor Strange from the comics, unlike in his own movie where he's more goofy. Not really goofy, just more goofy. And he has this nice relationship with Tony, and their banter is very fun to watch. And he says in the beginning that if he will protect the stone instead of saving them if it comes to it. But then in the end, he actually does save their life by giving Thanos the stone. And it's a nice little character arc, until you realize that he gave it up just because he knew that that was the only way that they could win. I mean, maybe he did it out of good intention. I'm sure he did it out of good intentions as well, but then when you think about it more, it just feels like, well, he might not have done that if that wasn't a way to win. We'll never know, I guess. Then we have Black Panther, and he doesn't really do anything in this film. Oh, sorry, I forgot about Bucky. I don't know why I forgot about him. Probably because he doesn't do anything. And every single action sequence in this movie is really good. I don't really like the Wakanda sequence that much because it goes on like really long, but like that's probably the worst one in the movie, but it's far from bad. That one's pretty good. The one on Titan with the Guardians and the Avengers versus Thanos is fantastic. I love that one. The beginning one in the city is really good because we get to take a look at Tony's new suit made of nanobots, which is just the coolest thing ever. And I guess the one in the beginning with Thanos and Hulk is pretty good too. It is very quick, but it is good. And obviously we have the snap, where everybody gets dusted, and it is horrifying to watch and heartbreaking because I don't know if people knew if these characters were coming back then or not. I knew that they'd be back, but like, I don't know if anybody else knew. I was pretty sure they'd come back. But it is just heartbreaking seeing every character that we've been attached to for all these years getting just killed immediately. But it is a fantastic sequence still. Because it kind of gives off a horror movie vibe as well. Also, after the credits, there is a scene where they set up Captain Marvel after Nick Fury gets dusted. And after the credits, they have a sign that says Thanos will return. And that is just really chilling because we don't know if we didn't know if the Avengers were coming back or not, like any of the ones that died. And I'm just glad they did. And I like that this movie ends on a cliffhanger. I thought it was a really good ending. I know that some people didn't really like the ending, but I really loved it, and I'm just glad because then they can have a sequel, which was Endgame. So yeah, I think I would give this one a 5 out of 5. Fantastic movie. Don't know if I like it better than Endgame, but we'll see when we get to that. If you guys enjoyed my review, then maybe leave a like and subscribe. That'd be pretty cool. And tomorrow we're going to talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp. See you then. Bye, guys.